Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Kate and I love all things makeup, skincare, beauty, and fun. Today we're going to be talking about the newest makeup launches that have been released, shown, sneak peeked, etc, etc. If you are interested in this type of content, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel down below. And without any further ado, let's go. Alright, so we're going to start off with e.l.f. They have a couple of new launches, which I'm excited about both. I'm intrigued by both, I should say. I'm excited about one. So, they have their new blushes. These are their camo liquid blushes in 8 different shades. They retail for $7, such a good price point, and a decent color range. It looks like they have, my kind of gripe, I guess, with this is that there's a lot of pink going on. And I understand pink is like the go-to kind of shade of blush, but I guess they all look a little bit similar, but nonetheless, I shouldn't say they do not all look a little bit similar. The first 3, I'm like, first 2 maybe even. Then you get in the middle, it's like, okay, all right, I don't know. Nonetheless, I'm excited to give these a go. I want to give a go to, of course, a pink, and then perhaps maybe the orange one. I am excited to try these. I think $7 is a great price point. And then they also released their new Camo Hydrating CC Cream. So I am curious to try this out. Do I have a price on this? Yes. So that's going to retail for $15, and it comes... let's see, does it tell us? 30 shades, full coverage, color correcting foundation that hydrates and gives skin a dewy finish with SPF 30. The reality of the situation is, it's like nice, I guess. It's a nice thought to have SPF in foundation. The reality of the situation is for it to be like super effective, you'd have to put on a ton of it. So, you know, a little gimmicky. And sometimes, honestly, I think it has not reigned true for me, but for some folks, having their SPF in the foundation can prevent the foundation from, like, doing what they want it to do. I have the original one. It came out a couple years ago. It's okay. The longevity is not great on it, so I'm a little wondering, I guess, like how the longevity is going to be on this one. I like their camo concealers. I actually need to reorder those. Mine have expired, but I'm excited to try them. I don't have the highest hopes for the foundation. I'm optimistic about the blushes. The blushes, I'm not sure if I mentioned, they do have a dewy finish, and I think that is like very on brand right now. I think if these go well and people like the formula, I could see them doing a matte version in the future, but I think right now glowy blush is a little bit more on brand than a matte blush, so I'm excited for both of those launches. Just dropped is some new skincare by Rare Beauty. So they have a hair and body mist that's going to retail for $28, a hydrating lotion, which is also $28, a hydrating hand cream for $18, an aromatherapy pen. I guess I don't understand what that is, but it's $20 nonetheless, and then a Find Comfort pouch for $15. The hair / body mist and cream product notes. So the top is going to have lemon zest, rhubarb, and pomelo. The heart of the scent is going to be jasmine, violet, black tea extract, and then the base is vetiver, tonka beans, and cashmere wood. Versus the aromatherapy pen is going to have blends of peppermint, lavender, and tonka bean. These are available now. I wouldn't be opposed, I guess, to maybe like trying like the hand cream or the body cream. I have no idea what the aromatherapy pen is, and furthermore, it didn't like elaborate on any of the posts that I could find. I guess I'm a little confused because the posts that I've seen, and maybe I just missed it, but the posts that I've seen have largely talked about like the scent, and the people are like excited to see body care from Rare Beauty, but what I haven't seen are like the benefits of this versus if I went and bought a bottle of Jergens, you know what I mean? Like, these are pretty substantial prices. $30 for a hair and body mist / hydrating body lotion is pretty substantial when I can go to Target or Walmart and get something much more cost effective. So it's one of those products where I'm not chopping at the bit to get it, and I would like to see some reviews before I dive into this, because I'm just not sure like what the benefit would be for me, you know. New by Native, they have, I don't talk a lot about body care here, but for some reason we have a bunch of new like body care releases. New from Native, they have allegedly 3 different scents coming out. I imagine it's coming out in the spring, maybe January. Girl Scout cookies I know typically are like a spring thing, but they have a couple of Girl Scout cookie scents. So they have the Thin Mints, the coconut caramel, we call them Samoas in New England, and then they have the trefoils, which are those little peanut butter shortbread cookies. I could be interested in this. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what would a Samoa, aka what do they call these? Coconut caramel. I think, what do they call them? Caramel delights. In different parts of the world, Girl Scout cookies, or country. I mean, probably world too, but country for the intents we're talking about here today. They call the different Girl Scout cookies different names. We call them Samoas. I'm wondering like how that would translate in a body wash. I'm not sure. I'm convinced that I would love it. I think if I was, but even peanut butter, you know, do I want my whole body smelling like a peanut butter cookie? I don't know. I don't know that I do. I don't know about this. I think it's one of those things that if I like bumped into it at like a stand in Walmart or Target, I would smell them. And like if I really loved it, then yes. But it's not something I'm going to be like chomping at the bit about. Again, like as a candle? Sure. Do I personally want all of my body to smell like peanut butter? I don't know. I don't know that the answer is yes. I just don't know. New from Bella Beauté Bar. This is their Angles of Illumination palette. And I thought this one already came out. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I digress. So this is going to be an all shimmer / multi-chrome palette. So there are 16 shimmer, duo, and multi-chrome shades. This retails for $65. I do want to try Bella Beauté Bar in 2024. They're one of the brands on my lists to try. That being said, I kind of struggle with these a lot, and multiple indie brands have done this and continue to do this, where they come out with an entire palette of really special shimmer shades, and the price point, because I imagine that those pigments and sparkles are tricky to source at a fair wage, the palette itself ends up being astronomically expensive. So like $65 for 16 shades, if they were not like sparkly and special, would be ridiculous. I do understand the price point in terms of like having to use special pigments and like trying to source them, and like it looks stunning. But the reality of the situation is that I have a couple of palettes in my collection that are just sparkly special shades, specifically from Adept, and they're neglected a lot in my collection, because the reality is that like if I am doing my makeup for the everyday, I am going into one palette and I am creating a look using that one palette. If I'm going to reach into something, it's going to be like maybe a special shimmer, like a little pot, a special glitter, a super shock shadow. For me, like the way that I store my makeup and the way that I use my makeup, I very often forget about my palettes that are all like special shimmers. So for me, this launch does not make sense, but I do definitely want to get my hands on some Bella Beauté Bar in 2024. These are also new from E.l.f. Cosmetics. They're really coming in hot, which is interesting because I feel like normally it's like January, February, March that the drugstore goes really hard with their new launches. So it's a little odd that they're like creeping into December, but that's okay. These are their Pout Clout Lip Plumping Pen. Spotted in Canada online. Lip plumper, gloss, and balm that drenches the lips in sheer wash of color and shine while plumping the appearance of lips with an invigorating tingle. Yes, I do want to get my hands on these. It looks like they are retailing for $10 Canadian. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea what that translates to US dollars. I would be interested in trying these. I guess it does actually largely depend on what that tingle feels like. Okay, how do I word this? I can stand like the Too Faced lip plump burn. The burn is not admittedly the part that is so irritating about that. What is so irritating about that is that obviously it's an irritant, and the aftermath is that my lips are so dry and so chapped that it takes me like a week to get them back to where I wanted them to be in the first place, like to a healthy, comfortable place. And at that point, it's like, was it worth my lips being like chapped and dry for a week? And not to mention during the day. Like, again, the burn is not even the part that's like annoying. I mean, it's annoying, but the more significant part of that is that my lips suffer for like a week afterwards, and I can't get them back to where I need them to be. Despite the fact that I use my lip scrubs, and I use my lip treatments, and I use my overnight treatments, and it's just not for me. It's just not for me. So that tingle is going to really matter. If it's like a cooling tingle, if it's like a slight tingle, I can do that. But if it's something that's going to like chap my lips up and like dry them out, I can't do that. These are new by Pat McGrath Labs. These are her Chroma Luxe Artistry Pigments. Let's see. So it looks like, if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my iPad. It looks like these are going to retail for $35. They have a slew of different shades. Looking at these on the models, they look pretty. They look pretty. No. No. So beyond the fact that it's like they're $35, which is a high price to pay in my humble opinion, I'm not someone that reaches for single shadows enough to justify having a giant collection of them. And if I was going to have more in my collection, I'm going to have more from like ColourPop, where they're $9 at most, not $35. The other thing with this is that, again, I don't know. I just wonder, like, these mainstream brands, could they just like take a peek at the indie market right now? Just take a look, take a quick once over, and they would know that launching something like this is not the move that they think it is. You know what I mean? I love Pat McGrath. I love, like, if these were like really cool, like her special shades in her palettes, if these were those in like a quad or even in like a little pot, I could probably get on board with it. And if she had some really cool new funky shades, I could probably get on board with it. These shades though are not it. There's like a deep purple, absolutely no. There's 1, 2, 3 super light shades. One looks like it's like a white, green, yellow. Another is pink. Another is like a lavender pink. And then you have 2 mid-tone, like a copper and a gold. No. I just don't think, like, these don't offer anything to my collection. They're not something I'm going to use a lot. For me, they just don't make sense. New from CoverGirl. This is their Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence Foundation. Shade range is a little less than to be desired. Skincare makeup hybrid, sheer coverage, radiant finish, formulated with 0.5% bukuchi oil. I'm not sure. I'm sure I'm not saying that right. A plant-based retinol alternative. Perfect for sensitive skin. The skin plumping formula reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles and increases skin's formulas. Micro droplet technology, pigmented capsules blend easily. So it's a cool sounding product. I just don't know that it's necessarily for me. It's like, it's allegedly a sheer tint. Unless it's summertime, and even then I'm more likely to just not wear anything at all. I'm usually not looking for sheer coverage. I'm just not. I'm at best looking for medium to full. On my worst day, I'm looking for like paint primer. So I don't know that this is necessarily for me. I think it is kind of cool though that they infused like a retinol alternative. I haven't heard of that one. That doesn't mean much though. I enjoy skincare, but I am not as knowledgeable as I could be, or as some others are. It looks like it's cool. So it's gonna be $22, which is pretty steep for drugstore foundation. Like, that seems bonkers to me. But that being said, I'm like trying to think like of an Urban Decay foundation these days that's gonna be like 35, 40, 45, 50. You know what I mean? So I guess that makes sense. It still seems a little crazy to me, but I'm not sure. I could be convinced to try this if you guys think that this could be a cool product. It could be cool to just like see how it works, but I'm not like dying to try it, if that makes sense. Milani has come out with these Color Fetish Hydrating Lip Stains. They're $13.99 each. They are buildable glossy color transformation into a semi-matte stain, lightweight buildable cushions with hyaluronic acid and squalene for up to 8 hours, 6 shades. These do look pretty. They do. I think I could be convinced if I bumped into them somewhere to try them. My only, I guess, kind of gripe, and I understand it's like a lip stain, so you want it to have enough pigment to do the staining part, but my gripe, I guess, is that the colors are all very like berry or bright pink. I don't see like any orange or any coral. I don't see any like dusty rose. There is one that could pass as dusty rose, but it's pretty deep. And my wondering, I guess, is like, how does it apply upon first application? Because like, of course, the point of a lot of these lip stains is that you put it on and it's like glossy and pigmented, and then as it like wears off, it leaves behind a beautiful stain. And I think that stains are probably going to continue to be on the rise throughout 2024, but I am just kind of like wondering what this looks like, because like that like bright magenta looks pretty when it's faded. I'm gonna look like a goofy goober if I wore bright magenta lipstick out. I used to be somebody that really loved funky lip colors, and I still do if they're grungy. I'm not somebody that is going to be wearing a super hot pink lip most days. I'm gonna be wearing something like this, you know? So I don't know. I guess I don't know. We'll see. Maybe. New from Bobbi Brown, they have their Glow with Luck collection. It's a blush and highlighter duos, or they have blush and highlighter duos that are going to retail for $43 each. And then they have these luxe eyeshadows for $34 each. And then they have a special edition cleansing oil for $45. The duos look pretty. Do I need them? Probably not. Probably not. If I see like Lauren Mae Beauty sometimes will touch on Bobbi Brown stuff and it will look like really beautiful. Of course, I feel like by the time that Lauren Mae Beauty gets a hold of it, it's like sold out. Or by the time I watch her video, I should say it's sold out. But Bobbi Brown does definitely have some beautiful products. I don't currently own anything, I don't believe, by them. I could be convinced. But I think I would need to see some reviews. The packaging is stunning. The packaging is absolutely stunning. The eyeshadows are absolutely not. That being said, though, if you're somebody that, like, speaking of Lauren Mae Beauty, you really like single shadows and you really like an ethereal one and done kind of look, I could see how these would appeal to you. A cleansing oil, I could, in theory, get on board with. But probably not right now. I have some cleansing balms that I'm currently working my way through, and I recently picked up the pharmacy trio of them for their little holiday set. So I'm not trying to like buy things that I absolutely don't need. So I feel like this whole collection is like cute, but I don't actually need any of it. Speaking of new launches, I recently got this one by Too Faced. This is their Kissing Jelly Gloss, and I'm testing it out. And I'm reapplying it, if you're wondering why I'm talking about it in the middle of this video. I got mine in the shade Sour Watermelon. Pretty. Would I buy it? No. But pretty. Back to the show. So, new by L'Oreal. Drugstore. Really coming in hot here. They have their True Match Radiant Serum Concealer. These are going to retail for $13. There's 24 shades. Yes, I will be getting my hands on this. L'Oreal, is one of those drugstore brands that I feel like historically does me really well. I love their foundations. I love their powders. I love their concealers. Eyeshadows, not so much, but they don't really, thankfully, they kind of like stay in their lane in terms of like, they don't release a lot of like eyeshadow things, but they do really well, in my opinion, with complexion products. So yes, I will definitely be grabbing this, $13. Good price. The doe foot looks really cool on here. It looks like it's almost like a flat triangular paddle, and I'm thinking that that would be really nice for right under the eyes. Yes. New from Ensley Rain. They are a brand that I definitely want to get my paws on in 2024. I said 2014. What is going on? Going back 10 years. Start over. Let's try this again. No, I digress. So this is their Cool Moon palette. I think it is available now. I'm actually pretty positive it's available now. I think this one is pretty. I think this one is pretty. I don't know that it's my favorite one that they've launched, but I think it's pretty. It's like very neutral, very cool toned. I could consider getting this in the future. I've seen some really great reviews of their stuff. The thing about them that's like kind of kept me at a distance is their prices are whoa. Like you are not going to get a palette from them for under $60, which is, you know, not ideal sometimes. The thing is it's like for somebody that maybe has like a really curated makeup collection, spending like, I think this palette retails for around $70. It doesn't say on this post here, but you know, like if you have a smaller curated collection and you pick something like this up, like, and this fills a hole and you're not just necessarily collecting to collect, or, you know, you're going to get a ton of use out of it. I can see how that price point wouldn't be terrifying, but like for somebody that has a few eyeshadows in their collection and they have a lot of great makeup from a lot of great brands, spending that much money on a palette can be jarring. That being said, they do have some really cool, fun, shifty shadows. I don't know that this palette though has them. I think they also have a special like, I don't know if it's actually pressed glitter, so do not quote me on this, but like a formula that like replicates the look of a really well done pressed glitter. So I've heard really good things. I am definitely interested to try them in the future. I don't know that the Cold Moon is going to be like top 5, but it could be. Who knows? And then finally, no, this is finally, it is not finally, just kidding. But coming to Ulta is Ole Henriksen, their skincare brand. I feel like they have had a lot of products that have had cult followings. I have tried some of their products in the past. I have enjoyed them. I used to have a primer by them. It's like the Banana Bright primer. I really enjoyed it. It went bad on me, actually, I think like last year, and it started breaking me out, so I couldn't use it anymore. But they have some products that people seem to really love, so it is exciting to see them coming to Ulta because they have the Superior Point program. I don't understand how in 2024 Sephora is chugging along with the world's crummiest rewards program. Aren't you excited? We're giving you 20% off 3 times a year. It's like, no, I'm not excited, Sephora. Like, do better. Come on, step it up. But I am excited about Ole Henriksen. New from Marc Jacobs. They actually, we'll talk about it in a minute. They have some other new scents coming out too, but this one looks even more different, I should say. So Say Hello to Daisy Wild. Fruit floral fragrance captured the irresistible essence of sparking a sense of discovery. Wildflower, jasmine, vetiver, and banana blossom. Here's the trouble. I think I like the packaging more than I like the idea of this scent combo. I like vetiver, and I like the idea of banana blossom. I don't love jasmine. Don't love wildflower. I don't love floral scents. If I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I don't love floral scents, and I don't love fruity scents. I like a gourmand. I like a spicy, unisex scent. Not a big fan of the florals. I like some citrus, but this is not really giving me that. Coming soon. I might try it though. But again, I think this bottle is just really, really cute, and I think that is what's drawing me in. But in terms of like a fragrance that I'll wear every day, I'm just not convinced that this is it, you know? Available now, in Europe, excuse me, Essence Juicy Balm Lip Oils. So these are going to have a shiny finish, nourishing oil formula, coconut, strawberry, mandarin, mint, and cherry. So here's the thing. I think makeup companies have gotten a little confused about what we're supposed to be doing with lip oils. I'm not saying Essence has. I'm hoping that these are lovely, but I love the ones by Sigma. I also love the ones by Milani. Because if I am wearing a lip oil, typically speaking, I'm not wearing it over lipstick. I'm wearing it because I want a cosmetic look of like gloss, but the reality of the situation is that my lips are probably chapped. So I want it to like help with that situation. And that is not reigning true for a lot of these, which is not ideal. It's just not ideal. So I am interested in potentially trying one of these out. They're probably pretty cost effective. I don't see a price point on this post, but Essence is usually pretty cost effective, so I'd be willing to try them out. But I feel like the true purpose of lip oils has gotten really like lost in the sauce. I don't know. Let me know how you feel down below. New from Milani, they have their Kiss Cream Bronzer. So it says it's going to be a lightweight, ultra blendable formula that gives effortless summer glow year round, melts onto the skin for buildable coverage, soft matte finish. 4 shades seems a little limiting, but $12.99 each. I would be interested in trying this. I would be interested, honestly, in trying more from Milani in general in 2024. I feel like they're one of those brands that, like, they have some staple things that people talk about, and then they kind of get lost in the sauce. But I would definitely be willing to try these out. Here's that other launch I was talking about. This is new, also by Marc Jacobs. So they have 3 different ones that are coming out. So there's the Daisy Oh So Fresh Pop. Floral fruity, absolutely not what I'm looking for, but then this is the one I want. This is the Daisy Love Pop, woody gourmand. Aromas of cloudberry and bergamot unfold into a heavenly heart of smooth green pistachio and chantilly cream with the warm tones of benzoin. I don't know what that means, but yes, I do want to grab one of these. I have an older Daisy Love and I really enjoy it. It is like a little bit warmer, a little bit sweeter. The thing about the Daisy perfumes in general is that the packaging is so darn cute and the scents can be really lovely. That having been said, I feel like the staying power is not quite as good as some others in my collection. That being said, I do definitely want to get my hands on the Love Pop. I also think the packaging is so cute. New from Glow Recipe, they have a new toner. This is their Cloudberry Bright Essence Toner. It said that it's going to be a powerful essence toner that brightens and evens complexion, reducing the appearance of hyperpigmentation while hydrating and softening dull, dehydrated skin for visibly enhanced radiance. It's going to retail for $38. It's also packed with vitamin C and E. I definitely do want to give this a go. I actually need some new toners in my collection. I worked through a number of them in 2023 and I'm working on like the last couple of bottles that I had as like backup. So I would like to get a new toner, maybe a couple new toners to try out, and this is on that list. $38 is kind of expensive, but toner is something I use every single day, so I am willing to spend a little bit more for a product that I'm hoping will give me good results. NARS has some new products and I don't want any of them. So they have their Sweet Sensations collection. This has a new shade of their lipstick. It is the Afterglow Sensual Shine lipstick for $32. No. Afterglow Liquid Blush, new shade, $32. No. And then Afterglow Irresistible Eyeshadow Palette. No. If I was interested in anything, it would be that blush. The blush actually does look pretty, but I've seen some conflicting reviews on their newer liquid blush formula versus their older blush formula, and this one looks like it might be that newer, more sheer formula, which is not what I'm looking for. The eyeshadow palette is not at all what I'm looking for. $60 is a pretty high price to pay, in my opinion, for a bunch of rose tones. No, thank you. Juvia's Place has some liquid duochrome shadows. Yes, let's see here. Combines glitters and pearls to give bold, intense, sparkling effect to the eyelids. Dress your eyes in a hydrating, multi-chrome eyeshadow that shifts color with every angle. So they're multi-chromes. These are going to retail for $15. Yes, I would be willing to try these out, see how they do. I know ColourPop came out with some earlier this year with a couple of different collections, and they were really, really lackluster. This is, again, like one of those areas where I wish mainstream would just like take a peek at what indie makeup is doing, because I think what they would find is that, like, yes, indie makeup, like pigments like these are gonna be more expensive, but they're done really well. So I'm hoping that this is not a ColourPop repeat. That being said, I'm wondering like how these would perform over maybe like a darker base with some glitter glue. I think maybe that could help the situation. So certainly if these come to Ulta, I would be willing to try them out. I feel like that was a lot to go over, but that being said, I didn't film one of these last week, so some of those were like pulled from last week, so maybe that's why I'm feeling like that was kind of a lot. But let me know if you are interested in any of these releases, or any of these speaking to you, or any of these absolutely not speaking to you. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would love it so much if you would subscribe to my channel down below. As always, please stay happy, stay healthy, and stay blessed, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.